Let me ask you something honestly. Have you noticed this? Different patterns, same argument, new job, same burnout, fresh start, same crash in the end. You tell yourself, why does it always happens to me? And deep down, you sense it's not bad luck. It's a pattern. If that sounds familiar, stay with me. I'm Renata, and on this channel, we talk about conscious life navigation, not fixing yourself, not forcing positivity, but understanding the mind so deeply that life stops repeating the same lesson, because growth doesn't happen by accident, and patterns don't break just because you're tired of them. They break when you become conscious of what actually running the show. Most people know they're stuck in a pattern. They can feel it. Same type of relationship, same type of conflict, same disappointments, same emotional crash again and again. But here's where it gets tricky. The mind hates change. Even when the pattern hurts, the familiar feels safer than the unknown. So the mind says, at least I know how it ends. At least I can survive this. At least it feels predictable. And without realizing this, we choose what's familiar over what's free. The mind is designed to protect, not to evolve. So it keeps choosing the same old road even if you already outgrown it. Now let's go deeper. A recurring life pattern isn't random. It's built from these things: unconscious habit, unexamined belief, emotional condition. The mind creates a story about who you are, what you deserve, what's possible for you, and then it quietly looks for evidence to prove that the story is right. If you believe I'm always abandoned, you unconsciously choose situation to confirm this. Maybe you overlooked red flags. You ignored your own needs. You stay when the body is already says no, just to avoid being left first. And when it finally collapses, it feels like, you see, I was right about me. And if you believe I have struggled to earn love, ease will feel uncomfortable, even suspicious. So you gravitate towards people and situations that make you work for every bit of care. This is how the mind keeps you loyal to an identity you already outgrown. The pattern doesn't exist to punish you. It exists because it hasn't been seen clearly yet. Here's the moment everything changes. You don't break patterns by fighting them. You break the patterns by recognizing them while they're happening. Most people realize the pattern after the collapse, after the breakup, after the burnout, after the regret. Consciousness steps in early. It notices, oh, this feeling again. Oh, this choice again. Oh, this urge to react instead of respond. That moment of notice, that's the doorway. You don't need to fix the thought. You don't need to rewrite the story. You simply ask, what am I repeating right now? What feels familiar here? What choice have I made before that led me to the same ending? You don't break the pattern by fighting them. You break them by recognizing, oh, I'm in the pattern right now. When the awareness enters the moment, the pattern loses its power. This is where the freedom begins, not with control, but with clarity. Consciousness interrupts the loop. Here's a different way to work with interrupting pattern, and it's simpler than you think. The next time you catch yourself in familiar situation, pause. Not to analyze it, not to fix it, just recognize. Quietly tell yourself, I've been here before. I've done this before. That recognition alone, it's already consciousness stepping in. Now remember how it ends, because you do know how it ends. You know the feeling, you know the crash, the disappointment, the exhaustion. You know how long it usually takes you to rebalance yourself afterwards. Let yourself feel the ending for a moment. Not punish yourself, but tell the truth. The mind doesn't like this part. It prefers to stay in the hope, in fantasy, and urgency. That's how it keeps the loop going. This is where consciousness steps in again. Ask yourself, if I choose this again, I already know where it leads. I know how it ends. Then ask yourself, what do I choose now? Before you answer, imagine something else. Imagine making a different choice, even a small one. Not perfect, just different. Notice how it feels in your body. The relief, the fear, the unfamiliar. Then gently ask again, what do I choose now? The mind will try to rush you back into the loop. It always does, because it doesn't want you to remember this truth. You have a choice. And the moment you remember you have a choice, the loop starts to lose its grip. So you can think of it as a simple protocol. Recognize, I've been here before. Remember, I know how it ends. Choose. What do I choose now? That's how the pattern changes. Not by forcing, but by conscious decision made in a moment it matters. Recurring negative patterns are not a sign you're failing. They're a reminder. Each one is asking, are you awake here? Do you want to repeat or to respond? Breaking cycle isn't a big dramatic decision. It's ongoing relationship with awareness. And that relationship strengthens every time you remember you have a choice. If this resonates, I'd love to hear from you. What patterns do you notice repeating in your life right now? Name just one in a comment or quietly to yourself. The moment you name it, you're no longer fully inside of it. And if you want to go deeper, check the links and book a free 30 minutes with me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because when the mind understands, the pattern finally breaks.